share with you 3 ways to improve your period health and your hormone health overall. And before I share those 3 things, I want to get a little bit sciencey here because I want you to understand the 3 main causes for hormonal imbalances. Number 1 is mismanaged blood sugar. Number 2 is gut health. And number 3 is stress. But today I am gonna focus on blood sugar because that's the one main cause that I often see in my practice that gets repeated over and over again because it is very easy to fall into mismanaged blood sugar. Okay, so now you may be wondering, what does my blood sugar have to do with any of my sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone? Well, it actually has a lot to do. Insulin is kind of a master hormone and it's the one that regulates your blood sugar. When it is elevated, then it triggers an excessive production of testosterone. So if you're dealing with facial hair or hormonal acne, there's something off with your insulin. Also, high insulin levels also contribute to lowering your sex hormone binding globulin. This globulin is in charge of removing excess estrogen. So you start developing symptoms of excess estrogen such as PMS, breast tenderness, fibroids, heavy periods, and all those things, right? So you want to get your blood sugar in balance and your insulin in check. And these are 3 ways you can do that. So number 1 is do not skip breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal in the day because it's the first thing you have and it's the one that's gonna determine your blood sugar for the rest of the day. So before coffee, before anything, your lemon water and breakfast are the 2 things you should be having every single day. And making sure that your breakfast includes protein and healthy fats because protein and healthy fats are gonna keep your blood sugar stable. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is do not skip any meals. I know I sound like a broken record, but skipping meals is not going to do you any favor. If you're skipping meals because you don't have enough time, if you're skipping meals because you heard you're going to lose weight by skipping meals, it's all BS because you can always have snacks in hand, like have some nuts and seeds, have some peanut butter. I literally don't go out without my peanut butter or any almond butter. Those are snacks that you can have on the way. I'm not saying that it covers your 3 meals because ideally you should be having 3 full meals. But if you can't and you're out and you haven't eaten in like 3-4 hours, then you should be having a snack. And the reason behind that is because your insulin and your blood sugar start going down, and that's why you may be experiencing 3 p.m. crashes and feeling dizzy and feeling irritable and all those things because you're not feeding your body, you're not keeping that insulin constant, and that is a big thing. And once you start skipping meals over and over again, then you really start damaging your hormones. And not only that, but in relation to your weight, once you start skipping meals, then in the end you start storing more fat and you start gaining weight. So if you have been experiencing unexpected weight gain because you think you're eating less because you're skipping meals and you're stressed, then this is a very big flag that your insulin is out of balance and that it's that you should do something about it. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3 is to avoid refined sugar. Talking about desserts, cakes, cookies, candy, all those things that are refined sugar, because they do the same. What they do is they spike your insulin as soon as you have it, and as quick as it goes up, anything that goes up has to come down, and it comes down as quick. And again, you may experience those 3 p.m. crashes, and not only that, but it starts causing inflammation. High inflammation leads to intense menstrual cramps, it leads to intense PMS and intense mood swings. So you want to prevent that. Now, if you ask me, I always tell the clients I work with to start little. So if those 3 things are a lot for you right now, I highly suggest starting with not skipping breakfast because, as I said, that's the thing that's going to determine how your blood sugar is going to be for the rest of the day. So if you're going to start little, start there and then go to not skipping any meals, carry snacks, which is very easy to really carry snacks, and then you go to refined sugars. And when eating refined sugars, because the point here is not restriction, it's not to stop eating all the things. It's nice to enjoy a cookie once in a while, or like every day after your meal if you want to, but you always make sure if you're gonna have refined sugars, then if you're not gonna skip them, if they're part of your daily life, then just make sure to have some protein before or with it. You know what I mean? So if you ate a good meal and then you feel like a cookie, have it, because the protein and the healthy fats are gonna help that refined sugar not spike your insulin that much, okay? So those are the 3 things. Now you know, do not skip breakfast, do not skip any meals, at least, well, aim to have 3 meals a day, and try to skip refined sugars, and if not, combine them with a protein or a healthy fat, okay? So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you later.